Water. My name is Joyce Aldrich. It's 8:02 and it's a cool 6 degrees Celsius outside. But in studio tonight, we're going to have a wonderful show. We're going to be talking with Tanya Michell, who is the producer of the Toronto International Music Summit that's going to be happening here in Toronto on May 26th. And she's brought with her tonight two fabulous artists, Luztono, who is a Canadian R&B pop recording artist, and soon you're going to hear about her. She's a wonderful, wonderful entertainer, wonderful singer, as well as Dane Hartsell, also, wow, some wonderful pop. You're going to hear all this wonderful music tonight and talk about, of course, the Toronto International Music Summit that's going to be held here in Toronto at the Royal York International Music Summit team. Actually, we've got Tanya Michell here in studio. She is the producer of the Toronto International Music Summit, and of course, we've got also in studio Dane Hartsell and Linda Luztono, and actually, we also have Lepone Burton, who's the director of the Toronto International Music Summit, and we've got Dane's drummer here too, Shamaka Lee, and we're going to hear from them a little later. But first, Tanya, let's talk about the Toronto International Music Summit that's going to be happening here in Toronto on May the 26th.
Thank you so much, Joyce, for having us here at 1610. We're so happy to be here.
It's a pleasure.
Yes, so 2012 Toronto International Music Summit, it is inspired to give a platform for independent emerging artists in Canada. We have so much talent in Canada, and we wanted to give artists here an opportunity to have global exposure. So the first year launching in Toronto, we are actually going to be held at the Fairmont Royal York Hotel on Saturday, May 26th. It's actually a conference, and it's a 4-component conference. We have all the top industry professionals that will be part of the event, such as Warner Music, EMI. We have guest speakers such as Director X, and Cardinal Official has also going to be part of it as well. And
great lineup.
Exactly.
Wow.
We're definitely looking forward to it. We've had amazing feedback. So the conference really is going to be talking about music training, talking about understanding the music business, everything that you can know about the music industry, and also a component on marketing and branding. So giving artists the opportunity to know more about how to market and brand their music and how to have sponsors for their events. And then we also have a mentorship program where artists that sign up and register can actually get one-on-one mentorship with some of the top producers, A&R, scouts, and some legendary artists that will be part of the event.
That's amazing. And now with social media, it's really, really important for artists to have proper branding, because you almost need that immediately. It's like it's like you need an infrastructure. Yeah. So really, this is what you're going to be showing people, these artists. It's wonderful that they have talent and everything, but you need all the bones, the other parts, the business part, now more than ever. Because before the record producers, the companies, they would do all that. Now it's up to the artist.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing, and so you have to be pretty savvy. So, Dane, you've got a pretty tremendous website here.
Thank you very much.
You hail out of Woodstock.
I do indeed.
You came to Toronto. Your mom and dad said go. It's okay. We'll let you go to the big smoke, and you're making some smoking music. You started in rock, and now you're doing some great pop. So
thank you very much.
Tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I as you said, I grew up in Woodstock, and my parents were definitely very into music as I was growing up. I had lots of inspiration to draw from, that's for sure. And then, as I went to school and kind of realized that what I really wanted to be doing was music, I kind of went away from school and just moved to Toronto and started meeting musicians. And I met Shamaka, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and, your drummer.
And yes, the best there is. And that's kind of where it went from there, and I've just been finding new things to do since then, and learning a lot of things from other artists especially, but it's always a journey, I suppose.
And finding where your voice is most comfortable, and I think a lot of artists don't get that. You want to sing rock.
Well, and that's,
and
it comes a little bit from, too, being in the industry and having people say, you could do this or you could do that, and I just chose one, and when it wasn't really, what I really wanted to be doing, and I realized that, and luckily I have good people around me that were
gee, Dane,
awesome
your
with
voice
the
would
switch.
sound great doing this kind of music,
Oh, thank you so much.
So we're going to actually go to one of your songs right now. When we come back from break, we're going to be talking with Linda as well, and Linda Luztono, actually part Ukrainian and part Cubana. So, got a little surprise after the break, but first we're going to be playing. I want to play A Little Love.
Awesome.
You like that one? Yeah, we're gonna. What's the backstory? A little short.
Well, I was trying to fall asleep one night, and I couldn't really get to sleep, and I looked over across the living room, and my girlfriend had fallen asleep on the couch, and
Aw.
was just looking so sweet and serene, sleeping there quietly, and so I just started kind of writing a melody and playing around on my guitar, and that's kind of where it came from.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. I'm gonna cry there, Dane. But that's beautiful. So this is A Little Love, Dane Hartsell, and after break we'll be talking with Linda Luztono, part Cubana.
Yeah.
The one, Linda Luztono. It's 8:22 on CHHA 1610 AM. This is A Drink of Water. Linda, what a gorgeous voice.
Thank you so much.
If I don't hear little Alicia Keys and Whitney Houston in there, and of course those are some of your influences, as well as Michael Jackson. I wasn't quite hearing that. Which I would think is a positive in some ways,
Yeah.
but certainly the soul, the beautiful R&B sound, and your range.
Thank you. That's
And-
my baby. R&B is my baby.
Yeah, and this one song, The One, sat at number one on 93.7 WBLK.
Yeah.
That's in Buffalo.
That's
isn't
in
it?
Buffalo, yeah.
And you also had some exposure on BET as well. So you've gotten some wonderful exposure.
Yeah, I'm feeling really blessed. Those
Yeah.
are awesome opportunities. So
Absolutely.
feeling really lucky to be where I am right now.
And certainly you're going to be part of the Toronto International Music Summit. What is your part in this? What are you going to be doing?
Well, I was invited, I guess selected as one of the artists to perform,
Yes.
and my manager hit me up and was like, "Hey, there's this huge summit going on in Toronto. It's going to be a big deal." So I thought, "Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Love it. It's my city." So
Exactly. And I know that after the conference, there are going to be performances at various venues, i.e. the Hard Rock Cafe,
Right.
Yonge and Dundas, and those will be starting from 5 to 9. Are you going to be
Right.
there performing?
that's
or-
actually where I am performing, right? That's right. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm
And
excited.
Dane as well, or where?
Oh, yes.
Is that
Oh,
where-
yes.
Yeah, so
it's going to be
you-
a big party.
No, I'm
Huge party.
excited,
Yeah, we're having a party tonight. This is good.
Yes, yes. The warm-up party.
The warm up. Yes, this is the pre-party.
That's right.
But Linda,
Yes.
you have a background. Your mom is from the Ukrainian
Ukrainian.
background, and your dad is Cuban.
That's right.
And that you said they're in Cuba right now.
They are.
They are in Havana.
Should I
Havana.
tell people that? Like, what if someone breaks
No.
into my house right now? That's
Oh no,
awful.
they're not going to do that.
They are. No, yeah, it's.
No one's going to
excellent.
go there. No one knows that you live in the Arctic Circle around Santa's village. So, anyway.
Right.
Number 111. No, seriously, but that is wonderful that you have that background. How has that worked for you with your voice and your singing and everything?
Well, Cubans are huge on music. So, in terms of, I was born in Ukraine, so there was a lot of pop, I guess, in the 90s, a lot of that house and that pop and snap and I got the power. So I love that.
So you heard all of that.
Yeah, I love that growing up. But Whitney Houston, I remember my dad playing Whitney, and I was like, holy smokes, I want to sing just like that. And it was just him playing stuff around the house, and
And you heard it, and they heard you singing, and they said, "Wow, this kid's got something."
Yeah, like age,
And they
even as early as
encouraged
2
you?
or 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh.
all the time around the house. So I think that's what helped me out. And the fact that my parents are very supportive is huge because not everyone has that.
No, and it's really important. If it doesn't matter what your child wants to do, but certainly when it comes to the arts, a lot of people are reticent. They're thinking, well, get a real job. You better have something to fall back on.
It's a tough industry. It's hard to make it. That's why. So I don't know. I wish everyone was as supportive.
But what we were talking about in the studio before was just before the show was that what, you can always become whatever at age 30, 35, 40. You can go back to school, and nowadays people will have maybe 10 careers in their life. So this is your time.
I agree.
You and Dane, this is your time, and I think you're both going places. Wow, great voices, great music.
Thank you.
Yeah. So. You're focusing right now on master classes and
Yeah. I was telling you earlier
Yeah.
that I took 1 year of criminal justice at Humber College, and I thought, gosh, I was sitting there and I'm just like, I want to be on stage right now. I'm daydreaming about being on stage. And I'm at the
That's
Ashley
your
Ingram
God's
School of
gift.
Music.
That's your gift.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, I know so.
So I'm studying at the Ashley Ingram School of Music. So that's what I love to do. I'd love to study it, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. So
That's absolutely wonderful, and what everyone should do is to follow their passion, their dream. There's room
Absolutely.
for everybody. A drink of water. CHHA 1610 AM in Toronto, and of course we're listening also on the World Wide Web. So we know a lot of you are listening from all around the world, and these are great Canadian artists. Tanya, you brought some wonderful people here with you today.
Yeah, it's great to have Linda and Dane as part of our event. Going to be at the Hard Rock Cafe on May 26th from 5 to 9.
What made you bring either a lot of artists involved? What made you choose Dane and Linda? Because you know what, the balance is so beautiful. Music is gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the unique things about the Toronto International Music Summit is that we're actually representing all genres of music. So we have different artists representing different music. Dane is an amazing musician. Linda is an amazing R&B singer.
Oh, yeah.
And we did an extensive selection process. We actually had a contest with Reverb Nation as well. Hard Rock Cafe as our sponsors.
Very impressive.
And they were selected to be part of the event. So we're really, really happy to have them.
Dane, I still hear a bit of the rock in your music, and you basically say that your music is an amalgamation now of different, like pop-based, but you do a lot of your beats, you say, from old hip-hop and some guitar lines, some old Hendrix albums. Good for you. And then you did the vocals, you're just singing with that soul that you've got there. So,
It's hard to let go of the rock. I think at the essence of any kind of music, it gets into your boots, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it definitely got in deep. So I didn't want to let it go. And so I think, the transition definitely created a bit of a monster that I'm not afraid to love.
I'm so glad to hear that, because Shamaka Ali's drum beats in there, holy moly, you really are a great drummer. So I really enjoyed that a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, and now, so this is going to be an exciting time to. So this is the first year for the Toronto International Music Summit, is it not?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're launching the first year in
This is the first
Toronto.
year in Toronto.
Yeah.
And what really made you think of bringing this into Toronto? Like, have you sold a lot of tickets yet, or?
Yeah, well, tickets, we
How
had
many
a
people do you think
phenomenal...
you're expecting?
Yeah, we are, for the conference, will be probably about 150 at the conference.
Nice.
We're pretty much almost sold out, so definitely, if you're interested, visit TorontoIMS.com.
That's what I was wondering, because, get those tickets soon. So, Toronto IMS, that's IMAS, .com. MA is, it's easier, it's N and MA is, so TorontoIMS, International Music Summit.com.
Sorry, TorontoIMS.com.
Yeah, TorontoIMS.com. I'm saying Toronto International Music Summit. So
Yes.
that's what that would be, the short form of .com. So get your tickets there, and certainly it's going to be well worth it. Now, we have your director with you here. We've got Lapon Burton. He's the director of the Toronto International Music Summit. And what's your role in this, Lapon?
In short, the Iron Fist. How about that?
Oh,
No.
boy. That's usually the producer's job, Lapon.
Well-
The director is a little more,
There's no designated role. This is like you see a team on this panel,
Yeah.
and this is like a collective team, coined as the Dream Team. We all actually put in our intricate pieces to make sure this is like a complete picture, a beautiful picture that's going to show that Toronto have top echelon talent, that global talent that can be undeniably showcased, performing anywhere. I mean, we have a legend, Shamaka. We have undeniably talented Linda. So we have the founder, the visionary, Tanya, Michell. We have Dane, the heartthrob, Hartsell, who just constantly is a musician's musician. So,
He really is.
I mean, like as you see on this panel, this is like different personalities, different characters, and that's what the Toronto International Music Summit represents. There's no color line. There's no musical segregation. It's for each and everybody to take advantage of this opportunity, because a lot of personalities, when it comes to like music or concerts or performances, are not out here like the Toronto International Music Summit. So this is allowing, I will bring you back to like the 80s. The retro 80s used to allow you to have your punk, your hip hop, your mod, your slam. You used to have all these different personalities, even fun rap. You had all these different personalities, which made it more a complete picture of art. It made it picture perfect art. And that's what the Toronto International Music Summit represents, is that come as you are, but make sure that you come, like that you harness in your craft to the optimal level. So when we give you that opportunity to have this televised event, giving you exposure, it's going to be a good reflection of us as well, knowing that we know how to pick.
Who's televising it?
Well, one media coverage will be Rogers, Omni, and we have a few other networks as well. We have
Fabulous.
we have all your
It's a
top.
multimedia event.
Correct.
Great.
Yeah, so it's not just your traditional music summit. This is about letting the world know that Canada has talent. And I don't mean to coin the show, but Canada sincerely does have
Yes,
talent.
Canada's got talent, or it has. Well, I don't watch it. To be honest, you know what? I want to tell you. I want to tell you a little secret. I threw my television out last week, and I don't watch TV.
Beautiful. You in your own world.
Apparently. So I told you this is a very easygoing program, and you're not going to have any problems. Okay. So this summit really, and it's embracing all the different genres, and of course it's gone to another echelon with the multimedia, and of course with social media now.
Correct.
We talked about that a little bit earlier in the program. How important that is to get that branding out, to get the information out. So of course you're going to be tweeting. You're going to have this on Facebook. Do you have a Facebook page for this?
Of course.
Of course you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically Facebook.com, TorontoIMS. We have all your designated social media, but this is about really actually taking it to the people. We want, like when you were old school musicians, you actually created the production, created your music, and then you brought it to the people by performing. So it wasn't about so much, because sometimes social media can make people lazy, and they just rely only on social media.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I want people to know that if you want to go to having an everlasting vehicle with the Toronto International Music Summit, support your artists. Even if you don't know the artists, get to know the artists, because I guarantee you these are top echelon. IMS.com.
TorontoIMS.com.
That's
2 for 1. Get your tickets for everybody.
I'll be performing this one, actually.
Will you be? Oh,
Yes, for sure.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
This is a fun one, and it's kind of a love song.
Kind of. Actually,
Kind of.
I didn't write this one. This one's written by Hakeem Rose, but we'll be filming the music video for this this weekend. So I'm super excited for
So
that.
we're going to be
first
seeing
video.
that
Yes,
on
yes.
much soon.
Congrats. Told you she a superstar. Y'all thought I was just talking up here.
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, that's really
We
exciting.
know you're both going places, and I'm
Right.
so proud to have you here tonight, and we're having a lot of fun. We got to play this song.
Let's do it.
Okay. Automatic. Linda Luztono. Talent, and not enough places for people to hear them.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is really not good here in Canada. So what can we do about this? We need, we used to in Toronto, we used to have all kinds of great live venues, and those have kind of gone the way of the, they
Clubs.
did.
Yeah.
It's now DJs, which are great and everything, but really, there's nothing like live music.
Well, and I think what it comes down to too is the fact that we need people to go out to those clubs, and it's
Yeah.
there's been a huge drop off in the fact that it takes 1 million Facebook people to reach 20 people to come to a show sometimes.
Kind of sad,
And,
isn't it?
It is.
Well, it's tough,
Yeah.
At the end of a hard day, the last thing that you wanna do is sometimes pick yourself up and go out and take a streetcar ride.
We're going to play it definitely here on a regular basis. I've put it in the library, so we're going to be playing that.
Well, for me, I'm sort of re-releasing that, what you just heard of Automatic, sort of the
Yes.
old version. So we've really revamped it. And as I said, we're filming the music video, and we're going to re-release that, and that'll be
That should
exciting.
be,
that should be in a few places.
Yeah.
And I'll actually be back on BET in July as a spotlight artist.
Beautiful.
Instead of competing. Yeah, I won't have to compete this time, and I'll have a couple minutes on there.
Wow, I'm excited.
So I'm really fortunate to have, a little bit of a relationship with the producer of the show. It's great that he keeps calling me back for
Yeah,
it. so.
fortunate, and I'd say blessed, because you're
Very
using
blessed.
your gift and you're
Yeah.
you're focused, and same with you, Dane.
Thank you.
Wow, what great pipes you both have.
I was just telling him I want his album. I was like, can I buy that on iTunes? I was like, holy
We'll
smokes.
do the album swap.
Yeah,
Album swap.
Absolutely, you got to do that.
Yeah.
Will you have your CDs, albums for sale at Hard Rock Cafe? You're going to have them down there so people can go pick them up?
I would doubt that I'm going to have mine there yet. We just
Yeah.
finished the mastering on it, and so we're just getting it all packaged and buttoned